Hey everybody, today we're going to be breaking down my $1,689 gain on Google today. It was one single trade, Google short, and we had an ideal scenario play out perfectly. So let's talk about the stock straight off the watch list. First was a short idea under $120. Now I did not wait for it to break 120 before I took my short position, and the reason why is because there was an ideal scenario that played out for the setup that was being presented this morning. So the setup was this. We're on the 5-minute time frame here. Google was a gap down today on a negative news catalyst or a negative reaction to a news catalyst. So on gap down days, one of the first things that you want to look for is an opening rally that gets sold. That's going to bring the stock lower. That's your ideal scenario for gap down days. And the reason why this is ideal is because if the stock is gapped down, let's say from the previous day's closing price all the way down to the pre-market, let's just say the pre-market lows, 1.8%. If it's gapped down 1.8% and then market opens and the stock just continues to fall another, 1 or 2%, it just feels way too extended at this point to continue to take it short. And we know that there's an ebb and flow in the market, right? Things just don't move linear. There's ups, there's downs. So the gap down day with an opening rally gives you that ebb and flow, and then you want to see that opening rally get sold for the move lower. And that's exactly what we got on Google today. So while off of the day trade watch list, it was a short idea under $120, we didn't necessarily need to wait for it to get to 120 for us to take our short position. Now, I stayed extremely patient today. We had a long idea on Amazon above 131. This one worked out. AMD was kind of flexing above 112. That one kind of worked, but not really. If anything, I think that one faked more. Apple was a long idea into the all-time highs. That one kind of worked for a scalp. And I missed those trades. I don't think that I fully trusted taking them long given the opening rally that we had on SPY. SPY's resistance over the past couple of days has been pretty strongly placed at 435. So when I see this rallying up close to 435, I'm thinking realistically, how much further can this go today? Unless it's just a total reversal day. So I'm thinking with this rally that we're getting here, maybe it's best to not try to take some of these names long, maybe not try to take the dip on Amazon or not try to take the dip on Apple, and instead look to play it short, right, for the curl over. And so the ideal short for me was Google. We had let me go back to the big chart here. We had the opening rally up towards the previous day's close, and previous PDC, previous day's closing price, that green line, is going to be your potential point of resistance overhead. So moving to the 1-minute time frame, here's what I saw. We had a kind of larger uptrend that looked something like that. And, if we're looking for true reversals, we want to look for trend line breaks. Our entry really should have been somewhere over here or here. But I decided to take a little bit of a risk and go short on a break of the I'm just going to call it the minor uptrend, and we'll note that with a dotted line. I decided to take it short on the break of the minor uptrend because I wanted to try to get the best entry possible. And in fact, I could have even got a better entry than what I had, about 10% or so lower, if I had just stayed a bit more patient and took it short on the retest on the rally up here, rather than going short on this red candle there. But nonetheless, still a pretty decent entry, almost top ticked this. So in the alert room, I'll move over here, and this is what I said. Try and Google short here. Now, this is at 10:04 a.m. Everything's going to be time-stamped. I give you the contracts. I give you the stop loss at high of day. I said it's a risky trade idea, but previous day's close is overhead. So I'm thinking, PDC is going to be your resistance overhead. Surely, after a gap down day with the negative news reaction and the rally up that it's had, even if it does continue to go, I just don't think it's going to have enough strength to break the PDC. And then I give you the fill price, 1.10 fill price. And before Google even rallied up to this point, I'm already mentioning this trade idea to you, keeping watch with the Google trend line, right? And I've already given you this trend line here with the chart that hasn't pushed up into the high of day yet, and I'd already told you what puts I was loaded or had loaded. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the opportunity. I'm watching and I'm waiting, staying patient, right? Patience is going to pay here. So try and Google short there. Now, we had some issues with the contracts. Oh, by the way, 10:04. Yeah, so 10:03, 10:04. The alert went out 1 minute later at the flip of the minute or something. So you saw the alert here, but I actually took the entry on this drop there. So we had some issues today with the contracts, which was super weird. I think there was something going on with, I don't know if it was with every broker. I don't know what was going, but the contracts froze and they weren't moving in price. So they weren't moving up, they weren't moving down, but the stock was falling and falling and falling and falling and falling. So while I sold down here and we made 30% profit, I think that we probably this should have been a 50% trade easily. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened today with those contracts. It was super weird though. Yeah, so let me walk you through my thought process. Took the short entry there, and at the break of the minor uptrend, then I see we get the break of the major uptrend here, which is that solid line right there. That's going to confirm the ideal scenario for me, which is we have a gap down day, opening rally, it's getting sold, let me hold through this. So we hold through, we get the consolidation, the breakdown lower. We hold through, consolidation, breakdown lower. Hold through, now we're breaking VWAP, right? Hold through, breakdown of the consolidation to move lower, lower, lower. 3 big red candles in a row, and I just went ahead and secured the profits when they were offered for about a 30% gain. So closed Google short, nearly 30% gain. 1.10 entry, now at 1.40. Here's the contracts there for you. So 10:34 a.m., 10:32, 3:34. I don't know why that sent out. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know why that sent out a couple minutes later, but yeah, it was at the bottom of this one here at 140. Or sorry, 10:32. But yeah, the price of the contracts were at 140. So the ideal scenario, put this in your arsenal. Ideal scenario for gap down days is opening rallies that get sold, and you can use the previous day's close as a point of support or resistance on any sort of rally up, okay? That's going to be your stop loss area, if you will, if you're looking to short a rally. And then you can confirm that the rally is getting sold by utilizing the trend line break strategy, which is drawing a trend line across the bottoms of the candles, connecting the start of the run to the first dip all the way up. And when you get a break of that uptrend trend line, then you've got the downtrend that's started. Cool. I've made a video on the trend line break strategy, by the way. I'll link that in the description for you. If you haven't seen it already, go check that out. Press the like button for me if you haven't done so already. Thank you for your time. I hope the videos helped you out. Hope you learned something. Add this stuff to your arsenal. We're up to $44,704 in the $1,000 account challenge. And we're just going to keep grinding. Take care.